What if I told you that while we've all been distracted by headlines, memes, and political chaos, someone has quietly been rising through the ranks, gaining influence faster than anyone expected, and they might just be the future president of the United States? Sounds dramatic, right? Like something out of a political thriller. But this isn't fiction. This is happening right now. And the scariest part, most Americans don't even know their name. Welcome back to Political System, where we pull back the curtain on what's really going on in the corridors of power. Today, we're diving into the fast, calculated rise of Governor Alex Carter, a name you're about to hear a lot more often. By the end of this video, you'll understand why Carter's rise should excite you, and maybe even scare you a little. But before we get too far, quick question. Have you ever seen a politician speak and thought, wow, this person actually sounds human? Yeah, neither have I, until Carter came along. So who is this person, and why is the political class scrambling to catch up? Born in a blue-collar town in Indiana, Carter didn't come up through elite universities or legacy family connections. No Ivy League, no deep party machine backing, just a civil rights lawyer who got tired of watching politicians promise big and deliver small. Honestly, that alone is enough to turn heads these days. Carter ran for governor in 2024 and nobody took them seriously. The media called it a long shot. Insiders laughed it off, and then, they won. Not in a squeaker, in a blowout. And that's when things got weird. Instead of celebrating with the usual champagne-soaked victory tour, Carter went back to work, literally the next day. I mean, who does that? Most politicians spend months throwing parades for themselves. Carter started drafting policy and hosting live-stream quandas with constituents. No filter, no script, just raw, direct conversation. People didn't know what to make of it. Some thought it was a stunt, others thought it was naive. But slowly, Americans from across the political spectrum started to tune in, not because they agreed with everything, but because finally, someone was talking to them instead of at them. And that's when the real power move started. Now, here's where it gets a little spooky. Carter didn't just appeal to their base. They began building bridges. Progressives, moderates, libertarians, even some conservatives. Imagine that. In 2025, it's like seeing a cat and dog doing yoga together. It shouldn't work, but somehow it does. And the policies? They weren't watered down or vague. They were bold, but smart bold. Climate action paired with rural economic revitalization. Healthcare transparency with strong data privacy protections. Even law enforcement reform that earned respect from both civil rights groups and police unions. I mean, who is this person? But hold up, let's not get too cozy just yet. Because behind every meteoric rise in politics, there's a price. And Carter's success has started to shake the foundations of the old guard. Party elites are getting nervous. Lobbyists are trying to figure out what they want, and they're not getting answers. And that, my friend, is making some very powerful people very uncomfortable. You feel that? That little chill down your spine? Yeah, that's the system realizing it's under threat. Let's pause here for a second. If you're thinking, okay, but is this just another Obama-style moment? A lot of hope, not a lot of change? Fair. But here's what makes this different. Carter doesn't sell hope. They sell clarity. They're not trying to inspire you with vague slogans like yes we can or build back better. They're showing you how and why something will or won't work. And more importantly, they're not afraid to admit when they don't know something, which honestly is either incredibly brave or incredibly dumb. But it's working. Carter's live streams now pull in millions of viewers. Their newsletter has more subscribers than most mainstream newspapers. Polls show rising favorability, not just in their state but across the country. And here's the wildest stat: 1 in 4 Gen Z voters can name at least one Carter policy initiative. That's more than can name the current Speaker of the House. Yikes. Check one, check. Now let's throw a wrench in all this admiration, shall we? Because there have been stumbles. A misjudged comment on foreign policy sparked a minor international incident. Awkward. Their transparency sometimes backfires, with opponents weaponizing off-the-cuff remarks. And yeah, Carter's team has had its growing pains. When you're not backed by billionaires or party machines, scaling fast is chaotic. Think startup energy meets government paperwork. Not pretty. But, and this is key, Carter doesn't dodge mistakes. They own them, publicly, in detail, without deflecting. And that's earned them a loyalty most politicians could only dream of. Here's the moment that really hit me. A voter asked Carter during a live Quanda, "What would you do if you failed the people?" And Carter didn't give some polished non-answer. They said, "If I fail you, fire me. Don't make excuses for me. Don't defend me. Vote me out." That's how democracy is supposed to work. Now tell me, when was the last time you heard that from someone in power? We're watching a quiet revolution, not one with protests or riots, but a revolution of mindset, a shift from performance to participation, from branding to real talk, and it's catching on. But here's where things really twist, because the rumors are starting. Whispers of a 2028 presidential run, mentions in high-level party meetings, think tanks writing anonymous op-eds hinting that Carter might be the only shot at uniting a fractured nation. Imagine that. A politician with no billionaire backing, no viral TikTok dance, no party royalty lineage, just raw policy, relentless transparency, and a weirdly powerful ability to make Americans believe that maybe, just maybe, government doesn't have to suck. Sounds too good to be true? Maybe it is. Maybe Carter crashes and burns under the weight of the system. Maybe the media tears them apart the second they slip up. Maybe they become just another name in the long list of almosts in American politics. Or maybe this is the start of something big. Maybe Carter is proof that political gravity can be defied, not with charisma alone but with intention, with clarity, with a stubborn refusal to play the old games. But we'll only know if we pay attention, and stay involved. Because here's the truth most people don't want to hear. Power isn't just something politicians have, it's something we give them, and take back. So I'll leave you with this. If Governor Alex Carter is rising this fast, what does it say about the system, about what people are craving, and about what's next for American politics? Think about it. Because while the media is busy chasing scandals, the future might already be in motion, and if you're not watching closely, you're gonna miss it. Now let me hear from you. Is Carter the real deal, or just another smooth talker with a clean image and a clever team? Do you trust what they're building, or do you feel like this is just another setup for disappointment? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. No bots, no yelling, let's actually talk like adults. And if this gave you something to think about, even if you disagree, smash that like button. Hit subscribe for more deep dives into the chaos, brilliance, and dysfunction of the political system, because yeah, that's our name. And we're just getting started. This has been Political System. Stay aware, stay awake,